Where is my? There it is. Oops. Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Only One Truth. Welcome to another episode of Only One Truth. Man, we got half the crew is here. We got half the crew. We got. I don't think Pandora's actually going to be with us this evening. She may come in a little later. Tiva, she should be on her way, but we got everybody else is in the house, so I got to go ladies first. Sharon, tell everybody who you are and where you're hailing from, young lady.
Hi, I'm Sharon Gaylord. I'm calling from, Columbia, South Carolina.
Good deal, good deal. Rico, tell everybody who you are, brother, where you hailing from.
Rico Jackson from Anniston, Alabama.
Good deal. Well, we got two country places here. We got Columbia, South Carolina, and Anniston, Alabama. Boy, we got some country folks in here today, boy. I'm from North Carolina, so I'm just as country. Boy, look here, we represent the South, the East side of down South. That's what we represent today. But you know what though? The thing about it, we all three of us have been so many different places. We've experienced a lot of different things from a lot of different places, from a lot of different angles, and so that I said that to tie into the topic that we're going to have today. And what we're talking about today is the heart of man, the heart of man. And that's what we're going to have. That's what we're going to talk about this morning. Wow. This evening, we're going to talk about the heart of man. Good, bad, ugly, or whatever it is what we're going to talk about. Um, and not everybody sharing have the same heart. Not everybody have the same heart at all. So if I come to you and I'm opening it up, I'm just let you all go where you want to go with it, and we'll just talk from those points. What would you say in regards to the heart of man?
As far as the heart of man, I think that everybody lives and loves and likes differently.
Hmm.
Some people have a caring heart. Some people are vindictive. Some people um, try to do things, behind your back, and some people don't accept you for who you are. So when it comes to the heart of man, you have to be considerate when you're thinking about other people, other people's heart, and other people's feelings. And a lot of times people don't do that.
Hmm.
And that's when you feel the betrayal from man.
Hmm. Rico, what do you say about that, man? The heart of man. And like I said, I don't want to steer anybody in any direction. I just wanted to go where y'all want to take it to this evening. So, what do you say, Rico, about the heart of man?
Yeah, I'm pretty much agreeing with what she was saying. I mean, you have some people that are really indifferent, then you have some people that are intentionally nasty and evil. They
Mm.
have manipulative ways, or then you have some people that are very compassionate. The activist type, the heroic type.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around, they standing up and they fighting for somebody. They standing up for a cause. And then, like I said, you have some that could care less. The only thing they worried about is what they can get, what they can receive, or what concerns them.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild that we live in a world like that. But I mean, that's how individuality works.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have very. I think it all really comes from the value system that a person has.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Tiva, good evening, young lady. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you? Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hey, hey, how you doing,
Hi,
T?
Sharon. Hey, Rico. What's happening?
And
not a
what
thing.
we're talking about today, is, and Tiva, I want to hear your heart on this. We're talking about the heart of man, the heart of man. What would you say? And like I said, I don't want to steer anybody in a direction. I want to hear what y'all gonna say, and then we're gonna build from that. So, if I were to come to you and say, what is the heart of man, Tiva? What would you say?
Oh my goodness. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is it's just the evilness of man. The sin that's in them that they're prone to do. They have good, they have bad. It's a lot of things that go on in the heart. You know what I'm saying? God said that the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? So I just say, people are given to anything, depending on where they're coming from. Their morals are set. Their upbringing can play into how they perceive life and interact with other people. I gotta say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's my take on it.
Now, and that's good. I want again. I wanted to see where y'all was going to go with it, but and a lot of times when we talk about the heart of man, everybody said there is some good, but Sharon,
Yeah.
what I think all three of y'all harped on the most was the evilness that's in the heart of man. Now, why is that? Why is that the one thing that the one nucleus that each one of you all said was and y'all harped on is the evilness that is man really that evil? Sharon.
Um, Not, I mean, to some degree, yeah. Things have changed so much from the way the world used to be. I mean, I used to be able to send my kids outside and not worry about what would happen with them when they're out there. Now, like my granddaughter, she went outside today, and I live in a very good neighborhood. But even with that, I'm very cautious because of the fact that people are so evil, and you don't know who's going to snatch her, who's not going to snatch her. I mean, kids, they look at things like nothing's going to happen. But because of society and the way that things are now, you have to be more careful and more guarded because you don't know who's standing by you. If that person's standing by you, if it's somebody that's going to harm you either. So
Right.
you just have to be really careful about everything now. It's not like it used to be where we just go out and we lackadaisy and we do what we're going to do. Now you have to take and have that second thought before you do, even as adults, before we do anything, because we don't know ourselves. Things are so undecisive now.
Mm-hmm. Now, Rico, with that being said, where's the peace? What does one find the peace? If you have to be so guarded every time you do something, every time you go somewhere for yourself, your family, and as men, we paying attention to everything that's going on. Especially we out there with our family, we paying extra attention to everything that's going on because we want to be that front man. Something coming, you got to go through me first, and so we have to be so alert. So where do we find the peace?
The piece is in making it home safely. Everybody making it home safely and being able to reminisce and share the memories, going back tomorrow and be able to talk about what happened the day before, whatever the experience was. You might have had
Mm-hmm.
a difficult time. You might have had a few disagreements, but at least you made it back home safely to talk about the experience that you shared. See,
Mm-hmm.
I get looked sometimes for always looking at the negative in things, but I feel like if you don't really make yourself aware of the negative that can happen, you can get comfortable, leave yourself vulnerable. You know, too many people get kidnapped because they left themselves vulnerable. Too many children get stolen in cars, and the people that intended to steal the child, they intended to steal the car. But guess what? A parent walked into the store and left the child in the car seat. It happens all.
Mm-hmm.
Now if you knew it happened one time, then it should be something in you that would tell you, okay, this is something that I won't do. But people continue to repeat the same mistakes, leaving themselves vulnerable for things that happen. So it's always good to be aware of things like that because you want to take precautionary measures. If you invent something or introduce something, you want to take precautionary measures for the heart of man that might take that and use it for something negative, such as electricity and energy. I think about how we got electricity, but then somebody decided to come up with an atomic bomb. The heart of man.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, exactly. Now, Tiva, are we really, or do we have to always be that guarded in everything that we do?
I say yes, you do. I mean, you have to look at the negativity, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. You have to be observant of everything. You know what I'm saying? Because people can come one way with a smile on their face, but secretly be wanting to stab you in your back, secretly wanting your place, secretly wanting to take what you have. You have to be observant of everything. You know what I'm saying? Even the little uh pop shots, should I say, that people take at you and say, "Oh, it's just a joke. I'm just playing. I'm just playing with you." No, you ain't playing, boo boo. You meant that. You meant
Mm-hmm.
that. So you have to kind of gauge where people are, you know what I'm saying? So that you know who's in your company. You
Mm-hmm.
understand me? That's how I look at it. I look at everything. Everything. And then I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna make my judgment. Are you a good person for me to hang around with? Are you a good person for me to vibe with? You know what I'm saying? You know, because it's like everybody was saying, you know, the evilness of man, and the heart is
Mm.
desperately wicked. Who can know that? We can't even know it. We don't know what we'll do in a certain given situation. We might say, well, I'll never hit nobody in their face because they looked at my man or they said something smart to my kids. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you would do. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to always just gauge your own thoughts, gauge your own actions and the actions of others, you know, even in the simplest things that they say and do.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That's my take on it.
Sean, what happened when we get it wrong? Um, we trust the wrong because people are good at falsifying or fabricating their truths or or showing exactly who they are. People are good at not revealing those things. So what happened when we get it wrong?
I mean, for me, is anger. I mean, I'm critical of myself for not doubting what was right there in front of me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I always want to believe the best about people, but there are so many people now that have their own agenda, and they're out there serving their agenda, regardless of what it may do to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it pisses me off more so than anything. And I try to make sure that whatever happened in that situation that I saw or I didn't see, it don't happen again. But it makes me even more guarded and makes me not want to trust even less because of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Now, Rico, if we get it wrong and something happened that we don't want to happen, or somebody hurt us in a certain way, and then they sometimes kind of rub it in your face or whatever. How do we sometimes respond to that?
Like
Oh Lord,
rubbing
oh
in your face part of now, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't say how do we respond because I'm pretty sure everybody ain't gonna respond like I respond. I'm
Lord.
potentially chances, man. I mean, I get emotional. I take disrespect. Um, I take some disrespect very personal, especially depending on what it is.
Hmm.
Hmm. Or does it
Because
matter who? Rico, does it matter who it is?
this doesn't matter who it depends. It depends on what it is because the level of disrespect you shows how much hate you have for me. How
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
much like you have for me. That really lets me know that if you had the intention to watch, if you had the opportunity to watch me drown, if you had an opportunity to set me up, if you had an opportunity to do the worst thing possible to me and get away with it, you would. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to respond very differently. But see, I'm an extreme person. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm a either you gonna be with me all the way or you gonna be with me no way type of person.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
when I slip up and people do manipulate me or whatever, most of the time I am mad, but for the most part, I hold myself accountable because a lot of things I saw in between then that let me know what was going on, but I had other motives that distracted my or that impacted my decision. It made me say, well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and keep them around. Even if it was me being kind and being nice, I might say, well, you know what? Me being a bigger person, we only got one life to live. I'm gonna go ahead and reach out to this person and apologize and this and that. And really and truly, that person is still a witch or a warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Really and truly, regardless of how many lives you got to live or what happened, who you lost. Some people you still have to leave them alone because they wouldn't care if you died or not.
Exactly. Exactly. Tifa, if we get it wrong, we let these people in and they hurt us. Does better yet, does it matter if it's a family member, a friend, or a family member, or an enemy?
Mhm.
Hurt is hurt. So does it matter how
Mhm.
in how you will respond to it?
No, it doesn't matter. It could be a family member, a sister, a brother, a cousin, an auntie, a co-worker, best friend, homie. If you get disrespected by someone continuously, or like I said earlier, taking pop shots, like say if you came up with a business idea or something, they'd be like, oh well, I don't know why you doing that because my friend did it and they didn't do too good with it, or they start trying to one up you. Like, why are you trying to one up me?
Hmm.
Little stuff like that too is like you gotta really check, is that your friend? Or does your family member really love and care for you and support you? You understand? I mean, because look, it can come from all angles. I don't put it past nobody. Not
Mm-hmm.
nobody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would check that person in a minute. But if they continue to hurt me, then I have to cut them out of my space. Look, I love you. If you need me, I'm there. That's the type of person that I am. But I'm not gonna have you in my space. You ain't gonna be kicking it. You ain't gonna be
Mm-hmm.
knowing my business no more because I see that you don't have my best interest at heart. You want to hurt me. You jealous of me for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? It may not be because I have a lot of money, but it may be because how I speak, or you might not like me because of how I wear my hair, or you know how I talk. You know, people don't like you for all kind of crazy reasons. They may not like how you eat. I don't like how she snack her food. I don't like how she
Mm-hmm.
scraped that fork against the plate. You know what I'm saying? I
Wow.
mean, the craziness just goes on and on and on. I've seen it all. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
it all in my short, long life, should I say, because I'm middle aged up there. But I've seen it all from family members to so called sisters, friends that you call sisters,
Yep.
even from them. So I'm like, my circle is very small. I want real people around me
Yeah,
because I'm going to be real
exactly.
with you and I want you to be real with, look,
Mm-hmm.
y'all feel me on this one?
Yep.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now,
Real.
now, Sharon, do you think most of the time, because times are different now, times are different, and people act and interact differently. Do you think more people more so are trying to get what they can get out of you? They don't care nothing about being a friend to you. They don't care nothing about being loyal to you. They just want what they can get out of you that's going to benefit them in whatever way that it can benefit them. Do you think that's what people are today?
I think there are a lot of people out there that are like that, Raheem.
Mm,
A lot of people don't have
wow.
your best interests at heart, that only think about themselves. And so, therefore,
Hmm.
they get what they can get out of you and then they move on. They have hidden agendas, is what's best for them, not what's best for you. The sad
Hmm.
part is most of the time that could be somebody that you really love and care for. And
Hmm.
that type of hurt and that type of pain is hard for some people to recover from and back
Hmm.
from, because they don't know they've given everything that they got, and
Yeah.
yet they've been deceived. And so that makes people look at themselves sometimes about, what did I do wrong, and question what you did when you know that it was them, but still yet you question, how could you have done it better so that you didn't end
Hmm.
up in that situation and those things didn't happen to you. But I mean, people just not what they used to be. You have to really keep yourself guarded now. It's sad that we can't let our guard down because you don't know what life is going to put at you, or who
Hmm.
was close to you that's coming at you from the left instead of from the right. So you have to look at everything now, and you have to think back to what it used to be, and just realize that it's not that way now.
Hmm. Hmm. Rico, is it safer in this day and time and knowing how people are? Is it safer to just pretty much be a hermit?
I don't want to say be a hermit, just be aware.
Hmm.
Like Cat Williams told old girl on Friday after next, what was your antenna? You know,
Hmm.
antenna up. You know what I'm saying? Always be aware of what evil may be lurking.
Hmm.
You got children. You want to be aware of what predators may be watching your children, boy
Mhm.
or girl. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people that you wouldn't expect to be looking at little boys that would be trying to look at your little boys. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, what was that video the other day? You saw that little black kid. I don't want to call him a black kid, but he climbing these people wondering and kidnapped this little boy. I think the little boy
Mm.
was 3 or 4 years old and took him off and killed him. I don't know if he molested him,
Wow.
but it's like, why? And she had him on you know how these parents had the cameras on the child's bedroom. I don't know what made this boy climb in through the guy's window and to that baby's window and do that, but that's a sick urge. Even if
Hmm.
sex involved or no sex involved, you just went and got a random child and
Yeah.
had the urge to kill it.
Hmm.
Pick it up out of his sleep. I mean, they see him, you see him sitting there looking in the crib, looking, making sure ain't nobody looking. Then he just snatch him and run real fast. And the little boy, he's discombobulated. And that's
Hmm.
why the little boy dead. I mean, just think about it. I mean, so who's going to bed every night thinking they have to worry about that? I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
that child's mother wasn't thinking that. But now she probably will every night. She probably, if she has another child, she probably won't be able to sleep but
Mhm.
10 or 15 minutes without looking. She had taken every precaution that she could, but maybe she didn't take every precaution. Why you always have to build wealth. You can never relax. You just got to enjoy the fact that you are surviving and coming out unscathed in a lot of situations that you go through.
And see, that says a lot about the heart of man, that somebody will go and do something like that to a child. Even in certain arenas of crime, syndicates and people that do crime, the mafia, or whatever you want to call them. A lot of those guys have things say, I'm not gonna hurt a child. They'll tell you no. If it includes me hurting a child, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. I don't hurt children. And so to have somebody like that to just go in there and intentionally grab a child thief and take him out and kill that child, something's wrong with that heart.
Yes, it is something wrong with that heart. It's wicked. That's the wickedness we've been talking about. I mean, some people just thrive on hurting others. You know, they get a thrill out of it. They get some kind of excitement or arousal out of it. I mean, it could even start from them being even kids. If you see kids being harmful to animals or breaking animals' legs and, you know, doing violence to them, you have that child checked out, because they're going to grow up to be the predator. They're going to grow up to be the one that does harm to somebody. So, yeah, the heart is wicked. It's just so wicked. You don't know who's who no more. You know, you could be at church and you be in the front, praise the Lord, and your kid go to the bathroom and get molested by the deacon. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We cannot be so trusting like we used to do back when we were coming up. You know, the neighbors will check on us. If we're doing something wrong, they'll call our parents before we even get home. And when we get home, we get a whooping. They don't whoop kids no more. They put them in timeout. But when I was coming up, I got whoopings. Okay, and I survived it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it happens. You can't just trust everybody no more. I don't care how nice they are, how much they smile on your face, and they sweet. But everybody got something in them that'll cause them to do something at one time or another. It might be influenced by a friend. You know, a friend may not like her. I don't like her. You see how she talking? I ain't stand her. She's next thing you know, she don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you just gotta gauge your surroundings. That's what I do. I don't take it for face value anymore. Not anymore. I don't. No, exactly. I gotta feel you out. I gotta get to know you.
Sharon, what's on your heart?
I mean, I agree with Tiva. You know, you really don't know anymore. I mean, you have to be. It's sad that we live in a world, in a society, whereas we have to be discarded. I mean, I had a talk with my own son that lives down in Georgia, and I was telling him, I said, boy, you know what? You're a black man living in Fayette County. You got to be careful. You can't go and say and do the stuff that you used to do, because you just don't know. They will pull you over. So I know from working there that, you know, there's a lot of racism that's down there in Georgia. So even as a sheriff deputy, they don't care. I mean, you hear stuff in that control room and back there when you going through report, and you hear all kinds of stuff. They don't. And now, like I say, with Trumpism, as I call it, they really come out and they feel like they can say and do whatever they want to do. They don't even try to take and shade it no more. They just do it. So you really have to be careful and really stay guarded. Don't let your guard down, because anything at any second, it can happen. It can happen to you. It can happen to a family member. I mean, the heart is the heart, and just sadly say that some people's heart is of stone now. It's not about the love anymore. It's about the stone. It's about the deception. It's just unreal, the way that people think and the way that people sometimes can make you feel, you know, now with the way that life is. And it's not all about just life. Say, okay, that's life. Well, it's not life, because that's not how I was raised. That's not how I raised my kids. That's not how I raised my grandkids. You know, I raised them in love, but people don't reciprocate that always now. So you just have to be guarded. You have to be careful of who you let in your circle. I love having a tiny circle, you know, but even that circle can be broken.
Is it safer?
It's safer to have it's safer. Yeah. It's safer to have that small circle and to be in your own world sometimes. I got my house. I love being at home. You know, I don't have to always be out in the know. You know, I do what I have to do in order for me to survive, you know, and that's what I do. But I can't say what you know my sister or my brother or a cousin or my husband will or will not do. You know, you would pray that you know they would always have your back. And I feel like I come from a very close family, and I know that when it comes to my siblings, I'm okay. I
Yeah.
know that you know for them, they have my back, but you don't always know with cousins and friends because everybody is not about you anymore. It's about them.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you just have to realize that it's no longer about you. No matter what you do, it's not about you. It's about them because people are struggling to survive.
Yeah.
They're struggling. The world
Exactly.
has gotten hard, and
Hmm.
people are doing whatever they got to do in order for them to survive.
Rico, what has this pandemic brought out or uncovered in regards to the heart of man?
Oh, I can't. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't really say it uncovered anything for me.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't feel any different about how black people or black men had to go through certain things with police before George Floyd. It wasn't no,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It was just this time it was caught on tape. You got a Ahmaud Arbery, you got Alton Sterling, you got, you know, Eric Garner, you got so many people before then, Tamir Rice. So I mean, you know, it's a lot of stuff. I mean, as far as the heart of man,
Yes.
nah, yeah, it showed me more and more how selfish people could be. Like when they felt like they wanted to have the right to go get the nails done, consider that an essential. You know
Hmm.
what
Watch
I
this.
could.
Now, I don't mean to cut you off, but watch this. Right, I want people to see how different your answer is going to be when I throw this part in there. What did Trumpism, and because Sharon referred to it as Trumpism, what did that uncover in regards to the heart of man?
I already knew that existed. I think it was other people that had to wake up.
Hmm.
I mean, this is something that I felt like Trump was just the face. You know what I'm saying? This is the energy and an agenda that's been going on before him. He actually exposed a lot of it. He honestly he played both sides of the fence.
It
He
did.
Yes. Yes, he did.
from mad at him at certain times. I mean, he really played both sides of the fence and exposed a lot of stuff. It's just that his I'm gonna say his biggest agenda, what is most beneficial for him, is still white supremacy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So you know, evidently he was still gonna go along with that, but he still had a grudge against some of the 1% that didn't want to let him in because he was too disruptive. He went against the flow of what the normal 1% want to do. See, they like to operate incognito. He likes it to
Yeah.
be all there. Yeah, this is how we act. This is how rich people act. This is how rich white men act. This is how wealthy men act. This is how we think. It is what it is. Money, money, money. Oh, you
Mhm.
can't say that. You got to say you got to act like we care. So he's very disruptive. They didn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that he just wanted in. He just
Yeah.
wanted.
They're saying that he's going to run for president again. Do you think he's going to win if he's not incarcerated? If he's not incarcerated.
He may. I mean, if he's not incarcerated, he probably will win
Hmm.
Mm.
because they didn't incarcerate him. And they intended for him to win. He should. How if he is not incarcerated, there's a problem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Bush and China isn't incarcerated, and they're responsible for hundreds of thousands of deaths for
Mm.
mass destructions that were never found. They went on a complete lie. Not only did they kill Iraq citizens, but they killed our soldiers was over there on a lie, dying and murdering. And guess what?
Mhm.
Bush kissing Michelle Obama on the jaw, giving her candy. So he might not
Wow.
go to jail.
Hmm.
It won't be nothing new.
If he don't, it's a total what's that fancy word? It's a tragedy.
Travesty.
Tragedy,
Travesty.
Steve. Trying to say, yeah, tragedy. Tiva, what's on your heart, sister? There's so much going on, man, and the heart of man is not as it once was. There was a point in time where we would come together and help each other in the community. There was a point in time where as if one person needed sugar, The family, you go together, you would take sugar over to the house. If one person was going to be evicted from the house, they would have the little parties. They would have the we spoke about this earlier this morning.
Yeah.
We would have the rent parties, is what they call it, and come together
Yeah.
and help each other. What
Yes.
happened to those days?
Oh man, what happened to it? It went away. People don't care like they used to care. They don't care if you don't have any groceries in your house. Long as me
Hmm.
and mine have what we need, long as we riding good, looking good, eating good, traveling good, like I don't care. Get yours, 'cause I'm gonna get mine. That's the attitude that most people have. You know what I'm saying? And most of the people that did, help you out back in them days, they dead and gone. You know
Mm-hmm.
what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Most of them are, so it's just the new generation that really don't care. And then if they do care, it's they're gonna go and tell somebody, well, I helped so and so, I gave them a
Well, Tiva,
hundred dollars, child.
let me
They
say this
had
to
no
you.
food. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Tiva, let me say this because I can agree with what you're saying, and I think you're absolutely right. But how much of the responsibility have we lost because it was given down to us, and we cared for people.
Right. Right.
The
You know
older we
what?
taught us the way. So what did we do, or what did we not do? So this younger generation that's after us is in the situation that they're in. Because had we continued it as it was given to us,
Right.
we wouldn't be here. So how
You
much
know what?
responsibility is ours?
I think that people in their middle age, right where I'm at, they're still doing that. Just not as strong as it used to be. I don't know if
Mhm,
because of the times that we're in, everything is fast and we have the internet, everything is just like go, 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 go. Right. So I think we still have that, but not to the extent to where it used to be, because now if you try to correct somebody's child, they're gonna want to fight you. The young
mhm,
parents now want to fight you. They don't. You
mhm,
can't correct their kids, honey. And most people are not going to ask for help. And I don't know. I just think that the times has really set us back. I think that's
yeah,
what it is. Because I
mhm,
know for myself, if I see somebody in need, I'm going to try to help them. I may not have money to give you, but if I'm cooking something, you can come over and eat. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? If you need a place to lay your head for a couple of weeks, a month or two to get on your feet, I'm gonna do that for you. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
If I know you now, I know you. Okay, I know you.
mhm,
But yeah, I would absolutely do that. So yeah, I just think times has just gotten hard and gotten away from us. With the times,
mhm.
the change and everything. But for the most part, some people I would have to say I can't say that it all went away. You know what I'm saying? But it's not to the magnitude that it used to be.
Mhm. Sharon, I've had conversations with people, and in a roundabout way, adults, people of our age, and in a roundabout way, they pretty much said that they're afraid of the young people. They don't want to go up to them. They don't want to talk to them. They don't want to approach them because, man, you go up and try to tell them anything, man. They probably gonna shoot you and kill you and all kind of stuff. Man, you afraid, bro? Are you afraid? And so I think that's part of the problem right there. They are afraid of the young, the older folks, people of our age are kind of afraid of the younger people, and I don't understand where that come from.
Well, it's definitely not because of the way that we in our generation brought our children up, because we brought our kids up to respect, to listen, and
Hmm.
to obey. But this
Hmm.
generation here, you got babies having babies. You got mamas out there that want to be the kids' friends instead of being their mamas. Daddies that want to be their homeboys rather than be their homeboys. And they've let a lot of what we were taught go. I mean, you got these
Hmm.
kids nowadays, and you're right. There are some kids out there that you're gonna look sideways at because you don't know, because they will. They don't care anything. I even told my son one time, I said, y'all generation, y'all don't fear anything anymore. I said,
Hmm.
and this stuff about the code, and you know what, I'm my brother's keeper, and I'll take the hit, this other kind of stuff. I told him, that's idiotic for me. I'm not gonna take a hit and go to jail for nobody. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But this generation here, Generation X, they don't seem to care anymore. And it's because of the fact that I think, you got so many of them that don't have the values that we had back in the day.
Hmm.
And unless you instill, even though you've instilled those, if you don't stick to them with it, and make them respect their elders, then they're going to continue to do the things that they do. So you have the older people, because of the things that are happening in society now, that are afraid, and they do shy away from saying something in fear of retaliation one way or the other, because you got so many people that are alone. So therefore they're scared about, somebody coming in and doing something to them. I mean, I got a family member that's just like that. I said, girl, why don't you take it? This guy, he didn't supposed to be doing work for you, and he's not doing the work. And you're telling me, well, I don't want to say anything because I'm scared of what he might do to me. You can't, and people live their life in fear. It's a lot of people that live their life in fear because of this new generation, because of all the guns, because of all the violence, because of all the uncertainties. People live life like that. And it's sad that we do in this generation, that you do fear these kids. I mean, I don't fear them. I mean, it is what it is for me. I feel like, what, God got me here, and at some point he gonna take me back. So I have to be mindful, but I'm still mindful of my surroundings. I'm still mindful of what's going on with me, because working in the environment that I work in, it has made me be more guarded. It has made me more aware of the things that are going on around me and outside that world, because of being back behind the wall on a daily basis, listening to the games that even there, they run on you. They try to run on you anyway, and they run on themselves. So yeah, Generation X, this is a new generation, and they don't care. They don't fear. And regardless of what we say or what we do, if it's outside the scope of your own, sometimes, we do shy away and don't say anything, even when we feel like we should, because of what could be.
Exactly. Rico, what do you say to that, man? Do you think in some regards, some people are just afraid of this young generation? And two-part question. The second part is this right here. I agree when y'all say the younger generation isn't afraid of anything. And so I think that what needs to happen is we need to get some people of our age that's going to go and give them a certain target. Because right now they just shooting all over the place. But if we give them one target, it's all of them collectively one target to take out first, we can move the whole world forward. So many different steps, so many steps, if we just get them focused on something that's positive instead of dealing with the negative. What do you say to that?
You could, if the right people had the right platform. We got so many dishonorable, vengeful minded, mentally and physically traumatized, unqualified, once again, people with platforms. They have the impact. They have impact and influence on others. And so now here it is. Not only are we operating in a body that always has a demand for something, even if it's sleep. Our brain is always in a demand for something. Whatever is most sensational is you're gonna want more demand for that. It's gonna be a physical sugar or mental sugar. And so it's a requirement for that, a demand. And with that being said, it reminds me of a video I was watching last night, because I got a son living in Jacksonville, Florida, and Jacksonville is pretty much like another Chicago. You just don't hear about it, but it's terrible. And they're doing the same thing. They making rap songs down about all the little boys and that they hang around this bitch just killing each other. I'm smoking on this one. I'm smoking on that one. I'm smoking on this one. I'm like, they so desensitized.
Yeah,
they're very desensitized, and it's a trickle effect, because see, once you study psychology, you understand that you can manipulate a brain to either be caring or non-caring. You can manipulate a brain to make people not realize that other people's lives matter. You might manipulate a brain to make somebody think that just because you're a different color than another person, that they are inferior to you, and so their life doesn't mean anything. It feels no different than killing them than killing an ant. With people being desensitized, they saw how this worked, and now it's like we program it through video games. We talked about that earlier. Video games, TV, they just see people dying. Like it ain't no problem to where they doing it and they getting likes for it. People want to see it. These are regular people looking at real life people making songs about it. Then other people with a platform saying, "Hey, you know what? This is real messed up that they making songs about killing each other homies, but I ain't gonna lie, man, I like it." Then you go to comments and people in there, man, for some reason I can't stop listening to this song.
Program the mind. Programming the mind. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Tiva, heart. God created the heart for love. How have enemy stepped in and transitioned it from what is originally designed to do to love each other? How have the enemy done that? How have he tricked us?
Mm. How has he did it?
Yes.
Eyes, what you see in front of you. Even on television, they show all kind of stuff on there now. So
Hmm.
you're getting that on the inside of you. And like Rico was saying in the music is so way out there now. It's not like it used to
Hmm.
be when they talked about love and, unity and the love train and, you know, come on, stuff like that. The music is so different now. So I think it's just, our surroundings and what's coming in our ears, our eyes, and, what we're receiving. It just makes our heart, want to do these things. I want to
Hmm.
try it out. Even with
Hmm.
the weed that's TCH or TS or whatever it is, it's not like it used to be. Like in the old time, we was coming up, we used to just put it in the oven and, dry it out, then roll it up and you get a nice little buzz. Now with this stuff they doing, I don't know.
Horrible.
No, I'm serious. I'm
Everything
very
is
serious.
extreme.
Look, look,
Everything
Everything
is
is
extreme
extreme.
now.
So now people they get how you gonna get high? How you gonna get loaded off of smoking weed? Like people get like they get hallucinogenic. They
look.
to the point where you have to go to the hospital. I've never heard of such a thing. So they're
Listen,
adding it because they want more and more and more. They're chasing elusive highs. I gotta get higher. I want more of this, I want to get drunker. I want to have more sex, So now they're doing all kind of swinging, and it's just what you see on TV and what they're allowing to come to the airwaves and the radio. It makes you want to
Tiva,
try it. If
Tiva,
your morals are not
Tiva,
grounded,
I'm trying to save you, sis. I'm trying to save you. You're going deep and you're going deeper. I'm trying to save you because I'm about to play that Usher song. This is my confession.
oh Lord, no,
I'm
but I'm
trying to
just
save
making
you.
a difference
You-
between
you-
how things were then
I'm
and
trying to
how it
save
is now.
you.
You know what I'm
Tiva,
saying?
Tiva, I'm trying to save you, sis. Let me save you. My heart is to save you.
Okay,
Sis.
gonna
My
save
heart
me,
is to
gonna save me then.
save you.
I'm
So you
just
don't
making
want
a
to.
point.
TV is illegal now. It's legal.
It's legal
Out in
now. I
South
mean, even
Yeah,
with
I
Carolina.
ain't
them
no.
throwing people in jail, you got people incarcerated for selling the stuff. Now it's on every corner. They'll mail it to you now. What kind you want? Oh, give me that Kush, give me that lean, whatever they got going.
Oh God, she calling it by
Hey,
name.
I think it's a lot more easier to admit smoking weed now than smoking cigarettes and drinking
You
alcohol.
know, yeah,
Mhm.
it's out there now. Everything is at your fingertips now. Everything. You want a bride? Mail order bride. You want somebody to come over and do something with you?
Okay.
They got all
Oh,
kind of stuff now. It's just more wicked now. It's more wicked than it has been. And
And
and,
it's
and the Bible
convenient.
does speak about, yeah, it does speak about evilness and perilous times is gonna come. It's gonna get wickeder and wickeder.
Wow, you know
So
what? I didn't even really think about that. That's really what the
That's
problem is.
true.
Somebody made wickedness more convenient. They
mm,
made it accessible.
It's
When
a
mhm.
they
business.
made wickedness accessible, everybody got a handful of it. It was like somebody said, well, okay, let's open up Pandora's box. And now Pandora's
right,
box is pouring so much out that it's overflowing. It ain't enough people to grab on to what's out there.
right,
I'm gonna
right.
tell people what you talking
And,
about.
and and look, God will give you over to what you love the most. If you love all of that mess, He gonna give it to you. He ain't gonna stop you. He's not gonna stop you. Let me just
Okay,
tell you
hold
again.
on,
He's
hold on.
not.
You and Rico playing tennis. Let's bring Sharon into the conversation. Y'all playing tennis. Y'all, bam,
Oh,
bam, bam.
sorry.
Nah, you good. You good
Did I
because
overtalk you?
no.
Mhm.
Nah, you good. You good. Because you're true. What you're saying is true. I mean, the kids and the adults and everybody are trying to live the world that they see on the TV. I mean, all this
Mhm.
here dope selling and everything else. It's a business now. It's not even about you anymore. It's about making that money. It's about the product and what they can get off of it. The rich keep getting richer. The poor keep getting poorer because they're trying to still get that high or get into that business, and then they're, the big dogs, they still sitting back and they getting paid while you going to jail and doing time because you trying to get to what they have. And you'll never get there. No matter how hard you try, you won't. I mean, look at Jay-Z. He's now going to own the two biggest marijuana distributors out there. I mean, he's one of the richest men around. And look, now he owns two companies that sell the marijuana. He merged it and offering to take and sell billions of dollars in marijuana within the next 10 years. So imagine what he's going to get off of all that.
Exactly.
So it's no longer about us anymore. It's about them. Whereas we used to be the insiders, now we're the outsiders. Looking in.
Absolutely.
And you said something, and one of the things you said that was amazing is, and I've witnessed it myself. The quote unquote the big man, he's not out there on the corner. It's the little guy, the running guys, the ones that's actually trying to come up out there on that corner, showboating and trying to highlight, make everybody think that they're bigger than what they really are. Well, they're not. They ain't running nothing. They come and pull them off the corner, lock them up, and then before you know it, the big man got three more people in that same spot, and it continues to circulate. Rico, what do you say to that?
I mean, it's to a point where sometimes we need to start asking ourselves, who benefits from this chaos? Who benefits from all this immoral activity? Somebody is getting filthy rich from it. Other than wasn't a dollar being made off of it, they wouldn't let it exist.
Yeah.
It would be dangerous for the public. So somebody, it makes sense now because it makes dollars. We spoke about that this morning. Asking yourself, who has the power to manipulate minds and to gravitate toward these things and let benefit them and not the people that's gravitating toward it. The women aren't winning by listening to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Men winning by listening to NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black. No, you can't. Everybody's losing listening to them. If that's who has a platform, if that's what a man is supposed to be, and these boys raised by women that talk like them. Yes. So it's really what it boiled down to, human nature and psychology. Every society or every generation is supposed to surpass the previous generation. It's called progress. But if you have the right value system, then your progress will be in the wrong direction. So now your progress will be, can you have more children? Can you sleep with more women? Can you get more money? Oh, okay, you want a man with money, but what about the character and integrity that comes with that? See, at one point in time, the previous generation said, well, you need to get a man that can protect you and provide for you. But at that point in time, we heard music that was talking about a change gonna come. Excellence was cool. Being an academic or scholar was being cool. Going to college and further educating yourself was cool. But now, when somebody just put money in it and said that was the biggest, most important factor, well, as long as he got money, it's cool. So I might take this dope boy. You get what I'm saying? Because somewhere the standards had fell off. And all that became acceptable. So, we got to understand who laid this groundwork down, who put down this blueprint, knowing that society was going to gravitate towards that. If this is what you started right now saying, okay, this is acceptable, later on it's only going to pass that. It's only going to evolve. That's how life goes.
Now, Tiva, Rico was speaking about the progress. Can that same progress make you actually digress?
Can it make you digress? I say, you know what? I would have to say no, because if it's in you, you're gonna move forward in that. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to love people, if you know how to compromise and talk things out and bring a resolve or whatever, that's in you. Nobody can take that from you. I don't think you can digress
That's the thing
I
we're
mean,
talking about.
that's kind of like,
When we talk about the
yeah.
heart of man, we
I
talk about
don't
the
know.
heart of man. So
I
if we
mean, you
talk
can't
about the heart of
fall.
man,
You
they
can't
don't
make
they
a
don't care
mistake.
about. Listen to me. If we talk about the heart of man, and if man don't care, and if he have the heart that we say that he have, he's not caring for people. He's not loving people. He's not having this love and compassion that you say that he should have. And so how can he move forward?
Well, he got to get some. That's all I can say. You got to get some. Like I'm saying, if it's in you, you know what I'm saying. Like I'm the type of person, I love love. I think
Mm-hmm.
love is the most amazing thing that was ever invented on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Between your siblings or your friends, whatever. I think it's what I'm saying. When I love you, I freaking love you. I freaking care about you.
Mm-hmm.
I love you. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
if you make a mistake. I don't care. But if you keep making that mistake and you're trying to hurt me and do me harm, then that's another thing. But I'm talking about every day, you make a mistake or whatever, or you step on
Mm-hmm.
my toe. Oh, girl, don't worry about it. That's all right. I don't know my shoes are brand new, but it's good. I know you didn't mean to do it. You move on.
Yeah.
But versus someone trying to hurt you on purpose, I don't think you can, I think you just have to gauge each situation as it comes. That's how I look at it, if that makes sense to you guys. That makes
It
sense.
does. It does. Shannon, what do you say
Okay.
to that? What's on your heart?
As far as loving yourself, or as far as respecting people and hoping
Well,
that people respect you as well.
yeah, let's talk about the second part, the lack of loving people and hoping that they respect you. And what happens if you find that the very person that you love so much just don't?
I
It's not
mean,
reciprocated.
of course, I would be crushed by it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm strong, and I know that I can bounce back from it, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to live my life so that my life is my life. That's why, you have to take and think about, everybody that's for you is not always for you. Just because they
Mm-hmm.
say they are, don't mean they are. So you have to always make sure that you're guided and have your own path guided, and you're doing what you need to do. Yeah, you may get off track, but only you can get you back to where you need to be to. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and expect for them to do everything for you. You got to make sure that you're able to do for yourself, because life is not promised, and somebody being there when they say they're going to be there, that's not promised either. You don't never know what another person's agenda is. You would hope and pray that it is for you, but if it's not, you got to be able to bounce back and give you what you need.
Mm-hmm. Now, Rico, how have the music that we listen to curved the compassion that we have for each other? Because back in the day, they say it was a lot of love music, love and happiness, and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. See, I see you over there. Hey, they had kind of music like that. Turn off the lights, boom, boom. And they had the love music, man, and Luther Vandross and all that stuff. Now it's like, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna. Whoa, bro.
Bad.
It's different. So how have the music curved the way we interact with each other?
I mean, you just said it. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I heard it. You know what I'm saying? It's the lyrics, it's the message involved, it's the energy that comes off that music. And you know what the thing is? The thing is that we think we dictate who is being played, but really and truly somebody else dictating who's going to. Somebody else is dictating who actually is getting the music deals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They know what these young boys talking about before they even get them contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. You want to give somebody a contract talking about this, but why ain't they talking about a change gonna come?
Mm-hmm.
Why ain't they talking about a ball of confusion? Why ain't they talking about backstabbers?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about lean and Percocets. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And oh man, wow. That's what I mean, somebody giving them contracts and saying, you know what? This is what we think everybody needs to hear. You, be you young thug, you are what people need to listen to. Out of
Mm-hmm.
the music we done had. Out of all the great, all the Stevie Wonder music. You mean to tell me out of all this Stevie Wonder music we done grew up on, y'all want to you can't even find a song similar to that now? And if you do find it, it probably ain't nobody look like you sing it.
Yeah.
So right.
Mhm.
So, I
Exactly.
mean, you know, it's like and then you know what really got us messed up is that they took hip hop and made us feel like it was nursery rhyme music. They didn't appreciate it as a true art form. I don't think jazz has an age. Rock and roll definitely doesn't have an age because the Rolling Stones still do what they do. Paul McCartney can drop an album when he get ready. But for some reason, if the old school rappers decide to do an album, y'all too old to be doing that.
Yeah.
Y'all
Mm-hmm.
be rapping. Wait a minute. So you telling me that this art form that really has all this impact and influence around the world ain't really worth nothing but nursery rhyme is generating all this money, and you can find it on pretty much every commercial that you listen to. But that music is for children. That's child's play.
Mm-hmm.
Market our movies. We're gonna market our commercials. We're gonna market our products that ain't got nothing to do with music. We're gonna have rap singles in it. Child's play. So think
Mm-hmm.
how mentally messed up we are as far as our values and what we judge as okay and acceptable and unacceptable.
Mm-hmm. I say put Rakim in the studio yesterday and let him come out with a new album. Put Rakim in there, man, and watch.
KRS-One.
Exactly. Put them in there and watch what they come what they come out with. People, what's on your heart, sis? I'm sorry, Sharon. Go ahead.
I say, if you put him in there, at least you'll be able to understand what he's saying. These days, you can't even understand what the kids saying anymore. I'm like, what is this? What did he say? And my kids laugh at me. They're like, Mom, what are you talking about? I said, I don't understand nothing he's saying. You know, this music, I mean, it has no heart in the stuff that the kids are saying these days. It has no feelings. So when you talk about the heart of man, listen to the music that these children and some of these adults are making. There's no heart. There's no love in it.
No rhyme or reason.
And it's like they got a mouthful of gumballs and it's and it's trying to put something together. Tiva, what's on your heart, sis?
Oh yeah, I was just going to chime in and say that I heard this rap song, and it says, "I got $19 for a lap dance, and only $1 left for a cigarette." Then it went on to say, "You're like the first slice of bread. Everybody want a sandwich, but don't nobody want you." That's the kind of music that's going on out there. I mean, it was like degrading women, you know, like you're nothing but a piece of tail. And, you know, I only got $19 because that's all you worth. You know what I'm saying? There's no love that's really flowing like it used to. Now it's like I'm oh God. It could just go on and on and on. So that's why I just mainly listen to old school music. I love 90s. Well, some of the 90s, but 80s, 70s, you know, 60s, stuff like that. I listen to old school Gap Band, you know, New Edition, the Isley Brothers, stuff like that that's going to talk about love, happiness, Marvin Gaye. When he talks about what's going on, you know, talk to me so we can see what's going on, you know. So I like stuff like that because I want to stay in the, you know, where love was real. Where people really loved and care for each other. I want to keep doing that because love to me, like I said, it is the most amazing thing that God ever created. You know what I'm saying? Between a husband and a wife and, you know, your family. If you really know how to love, that's the problem. People don't know how to love no more. They only love you for what you can do for them. When you stop doing for them, they don't love you no more, or they got something else to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's how it is now. You know what I'm saying? People don't know how to forgive and let go. I understand. I understand. I really don't, but we just move on.
We got 3 minutes, actually 2 minutes before the show ends, but we do have a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey y'all, Toya the T on the line. I'm so sorry. I'm just calling in for support, man. Good show. Absolutely. The hit part so far.
Good deal. Appreciate you, sis. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm well, man. I wish I was paying attention and I could have got on earlier, man. But great convo, man. And she's absolutely right. We don't have that love no more. These words speaking out, this culture we creating. Oh boy, what they say? Oh, what a tangle web we weave when we practice to the sea.
Absolutely.
Oh,
and our topic tonight is the heart of man. Toya, if I had to ask you what is the state of the heart of man right now, what would you say? and give me your quick version if you don't mind.
All right, yeah, the state of the heart of man is dark right now. We've lost the love and care and responsibility of each other. You know what I'm saying? We forgot that it's our duty to take care of each other, love each other, honor our neighbor, honor ourselves. You know, values have gone out the window. But I think that the Lord needs to take us there so that way on the outside, when we come up out the pit, we'll be able to be a little bit better when we become governor, man. But absolutely, the hearts of man are changing. It's getting further away from Christ. But everything is up to God. You know what I'm saying? So He's doing it for a reason. And I really believe that once we really face the ugliness of who we're turning into, we're gonna be better people overall, man. But yeah, it's pretty dim.
Exactly. Well, it's time for us to get out of here, man. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and Only One Truth to be a part of your evening. We're gonna go around, give everybody a second to say what they want to say in their closing, and then we're gonna get on out of here. Shine, what's on your heart?
I'm just gonna say that, I hope that the heart of men and of women, of us all, that we can once come back again to where we're reunited in what our faith and our values that was instilled in us. I just wish we could all come back together.
Absolutely. Tiva?
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone.
Can I hear you say? God almighty. Almost sound better than me. Almost sound better than me.
Raheem,
don't you do it, Raheem.
Man, we're going to call her from now.
Good job.
She almost sound better than me.
Yeah, you hard to beat with that little guitar sound.
Come on now.
Man, you ought to stop, man. You ought to stop, man. You have to be ashamed of yourself, man. That's a banjo.
Look here. Man, Rico.
I love that song.
Stop me, man. They know that she could sing. Like she never told me she could sing, man.
Oh, yeah, she did that.
Oh, yeah. Toya, what's on your heart before we get out of here?
Wow, I'm blown away too. Love your voice, Queen. Oh my gosh. But no, Raheem, as usual, man. Let me tell you something. Great show. Great people you choose to represent and speak up for truth, man. I appreciate it. I love the show, man. I love y'all. Next time, I'm going to try to be on point, man. But I love it. Good job.
Hey, praise God. Hey, appreciate you, sis. Rico, in your closing, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
Don't you sing, man. Don't you sing.
Oh, man, I can't sing, man. I can't sing, man. I'm going to leave that for Tiva. Really, truly, I wish I could hear me a little bit more of that, man, because I like what I heard. Man, awesome show, man. I got to get on up out of here. Somebody waiting on me, but, man, till next week.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Let's see. Tiva, sing a little something. Well, give us something different. Give us a little something else. You done stirred the pot up. Give us something.
Now you put me on the spot. Let me see. I don't really know that whole song. That was just a little verse that came to me. But give me a song you want me to sing, and I'll try to sing it.
I'm gonna challenge you now. I'm gonna challenge you. Give me some Whitney Houston. Put that Whitney Houston song that Dolly Parton wrote. What's the name of that song?
I said the same thing, Rocky.
Come on.
Better go ahead and put on the spot. Go ahead, put on the spot.
Oh, God, y'all put me way on the spot. Let me think of the words real quick.
Come on now.
And I will always love you. I will always love you.
Go, girl.
That's all I know.
That's music right there. That's music.
That's music.
Hey, hold on. I'm about to stand up and sing too. Y'all.
I gotta go, y'all. I'll see y'all. I'm out. Peace and happiness.
What y'all? Wait a minute. Wait. What? And he's for real. What in the world is going on around here? Hey, Toya with the chief prayer.
I don't know all the words. I don't know all the words to most of these songs. I just know I love music, and I try to sing.
I know you can sing. So you never told us you can sing now. You never told me that.
I can sing a little bit. But if I practice a song and learn the words, I could sing the song. But that was just when I sang that song originally, it just was something that just popped in my heart. you know, what the world needs now is love.
Give me some
And
Jennifer. Give me some Jennifer Holiday. Give me some Jennifer Holiday.
oh, Jesus, you know what? Next time, let me learn something, and I'll come back and I sing next week. How about that?
I'm
Next
gonna
Wednesday.
say something. I'm putting you out there because next week Sharon
Bye, Sherry.
gonna sing with you next week.
Oh, no,
Okay.
it's not.
Okay.
Hey, Toya with a T, pray us out, sis.
Yeah, absolutely. No, great job, sis. But absolutely.
Thank
We want to thank you right now. We want to thank you for everything you've given to us, Lord. Thank you for using us to be able to do what is your will, Lord. Continue to guide our minds and our hearts and lead us in a direction where we are always showing you in us and in our actions and showing everybody your glory that it's okay to be human and that you're going to love us anyway, Lord. We thank you and we come to you right now with mercy, honor, and praise. And we love you in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and Only One Truth to be a part of your evening. Make sure you come back. First, share this broadcast, and please share the broadcast. Let everybody know that we're here every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, right? Yeah, every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on DK Media Group and Associates. It is now 7:05. You're about to exit on Only One Truth. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you. And ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light on you from Only One Truth. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. Do me a favor if you don't mind. Give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Love you and take care of each other. Have a great day.